Michael Chandler has responded to the rumors of his fight against Charles Oliveira being in jeopardy. Chandler posted this to X today. He wrote fake news.
All right, by the way, the entire MMA world right now, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. I've never missed weight. I've never pulled out of a fight. I work too damn hard to get injured or not show up for you guys. I'll see you there November 16th. Like always, the most reliable guy in the sport. God bless. See you at the top.
Belal Muhammad gives an update on his recovery for the bone infection in his foot.
Blocked from going live. People are asking about recovery. We're 2 weeks in. Not able to work out. Hopefully next week the stitches in my foot will come out, but still gonna have to be on antibiotics for 40 days. We got 26 more days to go. Trying to be a gamer, it failed. So now we're back in the war room. We're filling up the website, trying to make new techniques, new drilling, new material for you guys. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. We put a new technique out of the week for this week, boxing defenses. But yeah, staying busy, working, and hopefully I'll be on live soon once Instagram gets me out of here for some reason.
Alex Pereira bought a Richard Mille watch recently and had the jeweler a bit scared.
Alex, this is the piece that you wanted. And when we close the deal here, we say Mazal.
Shama.
No. Mazal.
Shama.
Okay. Shama. Shama. Shama, guys. Today is Shama, no Mazal.
Francis Ngannou's coach Eric Nicksick breaks down how they would approach a fight against Jon Jones. Speaking to Kevin Iole, Nicksick said, "I definitely think you had to put Jon on his back foot. You had to put pressure on him. You had to put him up against the corner post. And you couldn't get in a technical fight with Jon. And you couldn't allow him to dictate the hand play, right, where he starts to occupy your hands. And that's a slow-paced type fight where Jon is very technical there. And he starts to pick you apart with elbows and the clinch and the knees and the things that he does so well. For me, I thought we've got to get this guy on his back foot. And we've got to apply pressure right away and make it an ugly fight. Don't make it a technical fight. You're going to have to make this grimy and try to get him out of there in the first 2-3 rounds. I think the longer a fight would have gone between him and Francis, it would have favored more Jon. And that was where I felt like if we put a game plan on him, we were going to have to put the pace on him." Daniel Cormier reveals Khabib got angry at him for shaking Conor McGregor's hand.
Your initial reaction when you have a brother going into battle is to go help him, to go fight for him. And I think those guys take it there. So I remember back in Abu Dhabi, and this might be the only time this dude's ever been mad at me. And I didn't quite understand it, right? We as Americans, we as a culture, we don't abide by those same rules all the time, right? We don't abide by, if you are in such a great conflict with someone, as my friend, we as Americans may not see the need to kind of fall in line and feel or operate in the same way. So Conor McGregor, who I met back in the day, he was at a couple fights. We've always been cordial with each other. I don't really know Conor very well. Khabib and Conor were cordial in the beginning also, but it became so nasty now to where it was that massive build to the fight, the way the fight ended, everything. I saw Conor McGregor one time in Abu Dhabi. I don't know who he was fighting. Maybe it was Dustin Poirier. We were shaking hands and we were talking a little bit and we're very kind of chummy, right? And Khabib was like, "Brother, I don't understand." He was like, "I don't understand this." He said, "If I see Conor with his wife, I'll shake his hand because that's what you're supposed to do." He goes, "But brother, what, I mean," and I initially kind of fought it. Then I started thinking about it and people close to me were like, "No, Daniel, he's right. He is right. Look at the stance he has taken in regards to you and everybody you deal with. Why in the world would you not take that same stance?" So things have changed now, right? I do this. I don't try to request McGregor for interviews. I don't think that I would get him, but I'm just saying it's not a request I make every time I'm there. But this is like par for the course for these dudes. Because honestly, Khabib's not just a teammate, he's family. And they're like that with everyone. And they feel like if someone's in conflict, especially at the level that Jones and I were in conflict, they're very stern in the side that they pick. And it's kind of refreshing because most people aren't like that, guys. They're just not.
Dricus Du Plessis explains how a fight would go between him and Khamzat Chimaev. Speaking to Submission Radio, Dricus said absolute chaos. It's going to be absolute chaos, and I just think, I don't see him coming in with a different game plan, and me neither. I'm going out there to attack. I'm going out there to kill him. I'm not going out there to defend Khamzat's takedowns. I'm not going out there to defend because I'm going to attack. So I think it's going to look a little bit different than Whitaker. Henry Cejudo discusses a potential fight against Chito Vera next. Henry says he wants the fight, but is unsure if the UFC will book it.
Okay, so Chito Vera, he said he want that smoke. Are you gonna give him that smoke?
Oh, 100%. If Hunter and the UFC, they're changing. It's not like how it used to be, Kamaru. I promise you, dude. It's
Talk
just
about
different,
it. Let's
bro.
get into it. What you mean?
Dude, no, man. Hunter's gonna come at me. I told Hunter. Yeah, I'm shook, dude. I'm shook. They're about to say, Henry, Triple C, get the hell out. You're out of here. We're taking.
Why? You Triple C. I see 2 belts back there. 2.
Yeah, but you know what, Kamaru, just time changing. I get it, man. They gotta run their business the way they want to run it. And you know me, bro. I love calling everybody out. But Chito Vera, I like. The Royval, if I do decide to go down to 25, I like the Brandon Moreno fight. I like, but the one that I really like, if they're up for it, it would still be that Sean O'Malley fight. I mean, other than that, dude, I think it makes perfect sense for us. But they can all get it, Kamaru. Like I told you before, dude. I'm just like you. I don't shy away, dude. I fought everybody. I fought the who's in my division and 2 divisions, so they can all get it.
All right, Henry.
Gilbert Burns is currently on a 3-fight losing streak. On the Show Me the Money podcast, Gilbert explains his current mindset and how he deals with the losses. He says that he doesn't let the losses or moments in a fight define him as a person.
It sucks when you lose. Like it's
no, but he's saying the guy sucks. Like you bad because you lost. That's what he's saying.
It's kind of, for me, super clear. I know who I am. I grappled my whole life. I had competition that I didn't look good. Competition that I won world championships. Big fights, number 1 contender fights. I've been fighting the best guys.
Fight for the belt cup 2 times, right?
1 time. And then I freaking look horrible my last fight, like no excuse. Like I was saying with Moicano, a couple guys looked so bad last week. We know one guy was taking antibiotics, the other guy, but bro, we gotta show up. At that moment, you gotta show up. There's no excuse. So I have no excuse. I didn't look good. I gotta go back and fight. It sucks that moment. But for me, it's clear that moment is a moment. Those 25 minutes, I didn't look good. It's not that my whole life around that I don't look good. Right. It's just a moment. People want to realize, like, whenever I fight to get a knockout, it was a moment. You know what I mean? Right. That does make sense, right. Because when Portan goes out there and boom, Chama, it's a moment. You cannot just, because of that moment. Like, that little moment that should not change you.
Doesn't define who you are.
That moment was from the 24 hours of his life was 10 seconds, he boom. Yeah. It shouldn't define you. That was amazing. That was great that you did. You're going to keep training, keep doing better. If I did bad, I'm going to train, I'm going to get better, but that doesn't define Porta as a parent, right. As a friend, as a son, as a hard worker, as a guy, because of that, right. And it was not easy for me to kind of divide that a little bit to get that better, but eventually, it sucks, that competition, but I'm not just the fighter, Gilbert Burns.
Max Holloway says he's taking inspiration from Alex Pereira regarding his move up to lightweight.
155, bro. Cannot wait, boys. All I know is we saw Alex Pereira get finished, right? Next fight, he fought for a number 1 contender spot. Fought for the title, and he's on a title run right now, an unspectacular title run. Let's mimic it. Let's do it. I get inspiration in that. He's a beast. He is a beast.
Dana White is confident that the winner of Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic will fight Tom Aspinall. However, Jon says otherwise. Speaking to TNT Sports, Dana said, "I truly believe that whoever wins this fight, just competitively, the way these guys are wired, and the reason that they're both massive legends in the sport, they're not just going to ride off into the sunset without settling the dispute with Tom Aspinall. When you think about Jon Jones becoming the youngest champion in UFC history, and all the things that Stipe has accomplished, they were given opportunities when they were young. I think that they will reciprocate. People will lose their minds if either one of those fights happen, Stipe or Jon Jones against Tom Aspinall." So Jon does not seem to be on the same page as Dana here. Jon says he'd rather fight Alex Pereira because Tom Aspinall hasn't proven anything. Speaking to Kevin Iole, Jon said if there were to be a fight of a guy that's still on the UFC roster that would not only be financially worth it, but legacy worth it, it would be Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira and I were both 37 years old. Right now I weigh about 235 pounds. I'm an incredibly light heavyweight. I think Pereira walks around at 240. I think that fight would go much farther on my legacy than a young man who's cool today and maybe gone tomorrow. More than likely not fighting Tom Aspinall. I feel like Tom Aspinall is, I don't want to say a nobody, but he just hasn't proven anything. He hasn't done anything. I understand that he won his belt against Sergey Pavlovich. Sergey just got slaughtered by Alexander Volkov. I'm not here to gamble someone else making a name off of me. I'm here to compete against the guys that we look back 10 years from now, like Jon Jones fought this guy and that guy, and this legend, and this champion, and this champion. I remember a time when the whole world thought that Johnny Walker was going to be the guy to beat me. No disrespect for Johnny Walker, but we've all seen the way his career has played out. I've just been here too long to get all excited about someone who's hot today. I'm here for legacy. I've been gambling for too long to just take random fights. Tom Aspinall reacted to Dana White's interview. He reposted it to his Instagram story and added a thinking face emoji. Tom also posted this video to his Instagram, which shows Jon's interview and then Tom's highlights.
I feel like Tom Aspinall is, I don't want to say nobody, but he just hasn't proven anything. He hasn't done anything.
Jon Jones fired back on X. He posted this. He wrote, "I'm going to hide in my mansion and not come outside. People are calling me a duck. Oh no, my world is over. What is this, high school?" He followed up with, "At this point in my career, every decision is rooted in purpose. My journey isn't dictated by hype or outside opinions. It's about crafting a legacy that speaks for itself, one step at a time. I'm here to do what's right for my career and my legacy, with a vision that's clear and unshakable, focused, driven, and in complete control of myself. The story continues, and it's unfolding exactly how I've envisioned." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Colby Covington calling out Paddy Pimblett. It says, "Who gives a f about Colby anymore, really?" The second one says Colby needs to fight an actual welterweight, drop down to lightweight, or retire. Nobody wants to hear him call out lightweights. And the final one says Weidman says he could have beat his kid at baseball 10 years ago. His kid would have been 2. I believe him. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.